All right, Auburn family, as I was talking to you before about our special guest, we just had Justin Rogers, the big man on campus in football, transfer from Kentucky to Auburn this year. Looking for big things from him and an exciting season for the Auburn Tigers. Now we're trans now we're transitioning over to basketball. Zep is one of the pioneers that's been on our basketball team the last few years, and a guy that's ultimate class. One of the hardest workers you'll see, and the ultimate teammate. You couldn't speak a lot. You can't say a lot about what that means, especially in today's time where there's a lot of me guys. This guy here was all about the team and doing whatever the team asked of him to go out to contribute and to help our basketball team, reach two NCAA tournaments during his tenure and SEC championship. What a really good career. And one day we may see him in the coaching suit. We shall see. But Zep, talk about, man, your time, man. You're from Augusta, Georgia. I know a little bit about Augusta. Carlos Rogers come from Augusta, one of my former teammates. You played at Laney High School. And just talk about, man, because I remember in Augusta, I know you know this, the Peach Jam. I don't know if they still call it the Peach Jam, but I played in the Peach Jam when I was in high school in basketball. Just talk about your journey, man, like coming from Augusta, going to college at Charleston, and now here at Auburn.
Well, a lot of people don't make it out of Augusta. Augusta, one of those places that a lot of kids don't got hope. They got hope. They don't have hope to go to a D1 division college. They don't have hope. As soon as they get done with high school, they go to the streets.
Mm.
But I just one of those guys who stuck with it. As a kid, I always chose the right path, chose to be around the right people, no matter where I was. My goal was to go to college. My goal was to go to a Power 5 school and show people from Augusta that stuff was possible. And I was one of the first young dudes around here just to show kids that anything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
If you put your mind to it, you can make it happen. That's why I always tell kids that it's you versus you, not them versus you. Because you the one make decisions. You the one who put yourself in position to be successful in life. No matter where you at, no matter where you grew up at, it can be one of the worst environments. It's about how you handle yourself, how you treat yourself, and how you go about yourself. In many situations, from good to bad. So I just one of those people that always been humble. Being from Augusta, but like I said, I put myself in position to win, not to lose in life.
Yeah, and that's a great point. Like I said, man, I grew up in a population of a town of 2,500 people, in Mississippi, and was able to play in the SEC and play in the National Football League for years. And like I said, my goal wasn't always just about me. It was to give hope, like you were saying, back to the guys and young girls and boys that growing up behind us to say, oh, I can make it out of here as well. I don't have to go looking for attention. If I just work hard enough, it'll find you. And you a great example of that. And speaking of, when you was at the College of Charleston, and did you always see bigger though? Like I still want to go bigger. Like before you saw the opportunity to come to Auburn, what made you transition over to Auburn?
Well, I ain't gonna say I always seen bigger. It's just one of those things that, if I didn't win a championship,
Mm-hmm.
because in my league, you had to win a championship in order to go to March Madness.
Yeah.
And, I had a fantastic year, I think in my sophomore, junior year. And I had told myself, if I don't win the championship,
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaving. I'm going
Yeah.
to the Power 5 school. Like, I don't care what I do. But if I don't win,
Yeah.
I know as soon as I get to that locker room, like I'm telling my teammates that, hey, this is probably my last time playing with y'all. But I always told myself that I could play on any level.
Yeah.
I never really cared about what people said about, oh, he can't do this or he can't do that, because, like I said, it's all about hard work. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of people don't understand that the work you put in is the work you're gonna get out.
All right.
Like I'm a great practice player. Like I'm one of the best practice players you can name, because I practice how I play. I
Mm-hmm.
play super hard when I get in practice. I play like it's a game. And each day I would work from morning to night, even in practice, and tell myself that, if I'm gonna
Yeah.
transition over to a Power 5 school, I gotta be able to put myself in position to do those things, to put me in great position to be at a Power 5 school, but not just play.
Mm-hmm.
start,
All right.
to have a key role on there. So I always knew that it could be a possibility that I could have went to a Power 5 school.
Yeah, and all that's just a mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you created a mindset of, not just doing things to get by, but always also practicing the same way I want to play. So when you get to the games, it's not like I got to turn the motor on. This motor's already been on and everything. And a lot of people don't know this, but they nickname you Honey Badger, because of your defensive skills and everything. Talk about how you got the nickname and why was it important to you to hone in on defense so much?
Reason, I got that nickname was Everett German. He at College of
Mm,
Charleston. Guy who talks on the games. I believe my second game at College of Charleston. Um, my defense is so good on one of the teams from a dude called Fats Russell. He
yeah.
played against Trey Young at Oklahoma.
All right.
He played for Rhode Island, and he was one of those guards that can just score. And I went into that game like, this dude really gonna think he's just gonna come in there and just bully us and just take over on us. So that whole game, he scored the first point on me, like did a great move and scored his first point, and
Mhm.
I was shocked. And at the end, I said no, I didn't let him. I didn't let him go nowhere. I was on him like white on rice.
Yeah.
Like soon as I got back, into that mode, and I was like a honey badger. I ain't let him go nowhere. I even ripped the ball from him. Like the next play, he got the ball. So from there on, like from ESPN reporters, from all type of reporters, they just called me honey badger. Like that was my nickname, and I
Yeah.
just ran with it.
Yeah, no, you took the challenge, man. Like you accepted the challenge, because especially in a day and age now, man, where everyone's all about shooting a three. Everyone just want to shoot the ball, and no one really talks about the importance of defense. I don't know if I'm sure you do because you're a basketball guy, but watching Gary Payton grow up when he was in the league when I was growing up, they called him the glove. Just because of his defensive skills and everything. So that's another great example of being a point guard, but also being really to take the challenge of that probably the best scorer of the opponent team. That takes a lot of mental toughness to get defensive. Now let's talk about Auburn. You're here at Auburn, and you just finished up. You just had your career and everything. Talk about your experience with Coach Pearl and your experience with the basketball program, here at Auburn, and some of the highlight moments of your career.
Well, my experience was Coach Pearl and the coaching staff was just great. As soon as I stepped foot on campus, everything he told me was 100%. You don't
Mhm.
get a lot of coaches who tell you 100% things.
All right.
But also, Coach Pearl was one of those guys that, he's a legendary coach. You just
Mhm.
gotta accept it. But I never thought I would be in the Auburn uniform. You know, with a great, with a dude who treats you like a father figure.
Mhm.
He's just one of those guys that when I was done, I was sad because he put so much time and effort into things he loved to win. He
Yeah.
want to win. He pushed you to a limit that you can't push yourself to no more.
Yeah.
Like everything he does, he wanted neat because he want to win so much, and that
Mhm.
just I love that from him because I know it's all a business, but at the end of the day, my coach want to win. I don't know about your
Yeah.
coach, but
Yeah.
when I talk to coach, I'd be like, he really loves the game. He loves it like I've never seen a coach who love it like him.
Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely see it because he used to wear all these suits and everything. I'm like, man, you gonna sweat out every suit you got before halftime. He never sits down. He's always pushing you guys and everything. And I've always, just wondered because you was on that team with Kessler and Jabari, and the team that y'all had that special year the year before last, and then you know how is it when you have high price recruits come in and you have transfer guys come in? How long does it take for everyone to start gelling, like as a team?
Well, it really didn't take us a long time because we all kind of the same type people.
Hmm.
Um, but we didn't know we was gonna be that good. Like we knew we was gonna be good, We
Yeah.
know we be scrappy, but we ain't know we was gonna be legit. If you get
Yeah.
what I'm saying, we came in like, oh, we built a team. We gonna come in, make a statement. Then we gonna try to get on the radar, get on the map. But we knew we was gonna be ranked top
Yeah.
25 already. But we didn't know we was gonna hit the number one.
Mhm.
Then when we hit number one, it's like, are we really legit?
Yeah.
But the game we start realizing that we really can play. We played UConn. We went in double overtime and lost.
Mm. I
And
remember that game.
we went and won the next two games in that tournament. I think we won like 19 games in a row.
Mhm.
And that ain't been in a long time. That ain't happened in college basketball. That's when we realized like we on fire.
Yeah.
We had that confidence, that mojo about us. Like, hey, no team can stop us. I don't care who you is. I don't care Barack Obama, your head coach. Like
Yeah.
that's really how we was. Like, and we was humble guys, but we was also guys who went Instagram and made a knack on it. Like
Yeah.
we actually like let teams know like, yeah, you gonna be mad when you play Auburn again. So
Mhm.
we ain't never felt this before. We ain't never really had this chance in life to be number one in the country.
Yeah.
So when we did it, it's like, you got the KDs, you got Win, you got Jabari even saying something. Only person who probably ain't say nothing on Instagram was probably Walker Kessler. He was the only person who kept it simple. But the
Yeah.
rest of us, oh yeah, you getting the business. It's coming out on Instagram because we number one. We
Yeah.
won 19 games in a row. So you gonna feel this.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
You're
gonna
gonna enjoy
feel
the
it.
you're gonna enjoy the moment.
You gonna enjoy the moment.
You gotta enjoy the moment. And talking about that, man, like I know when I was in college, there were certain teams you look forward to playing and playing against. What was that team, that y'all each year y'all look forward to playing against at home or on the road?
Well, I would say the one team that year we probably look forward and playing was probably Kentucky.
Hmm.
It was probably Kentucky. And we played them at home. It was a 1 o'clock game. CBS crowd was lit. Everybody was waiting. You know, we was hyped by ourselves. But I tell you this, we always have a shoot around.
Hmm.
Like you gotta wake up like 7 in the morning. And when I tell you, everyone walked in there like, man, why we here, bro? Like, bro, we can do this. Like KD Justin, the main one, like, bro, why is we doing this, man?
Yeah.
When we tired. But overall, it ended up working out for us because, we didn't go home. We did the shoot around. The next thing you know, 1 o'clock came, went up on Kentucky by like 10, probably second half. And, after that game, we got super lit, like
Yeah.
on live and everything. Like it's just one of those games that you and I never forget. And they'll never forget, you
Hmm.
know. I think Alabama is one of those other games too when Bruce Pearl got the broom
Oh yeah.
on
Yeah. I remember
TV
that. Yeah. I remember that game.
and
Yeah.
he started sweeping the broom.
Yeah.
But it's part of the game. Like they got us this year. I know a lot of
Hmm.
people. Um, sometimes you just gotta accept the fact that, some things happen, so like
Yeah.
we did all those things to them last year and they got us back 2-0. So,
Yeah, it's
you know,
competition, competitive.
competition. So that's why
Yeah.
we couldn't be mad this year because
Yeah.
but I tell you this, that time we went in there this year at their house and was up by,
Ah,
15,
yeah, I saw that
16.
game. Yeah, I saw that one. That was tough one,
I
man.
said nobody I know this in the locker room. The boys in the locker room at halftime, like, we win this game, we going crazy. We going on
Yeah.
live, we talking trash. We just gonna go crazy to their fans and everything. Like
Yeah.
that's what we were saying in the locker room at halftime. We was up by like 13, 14, but it ended up coming back. But if you'd have won that game, our Instagrams, everything would have been so lit. It
Oh
would have
yeah.
been like, oh, it would have been so much trash talking on there because they just was coming at us. They was all at the bus,
Hmm.
shooting middle fingers at us. We just looking at them, because we like, man,
Oh yeah, they fans are just, they something
crazy,
I can't stand they fans, just
crazy.
cause, but it makes competition fun, put it that way.
Makes it
Like it,
fun. Like,
it that's what makes the SEC basketball. That what makes, like you want to come to these universities and play in this type of competition because, it is a different experience, it's a different level. And it's a competitive edge that a lot of people, when you talk to them about it, like you talking to me about it, I can visualize as it, because being a player that played in college at that level.
Mhm.
And then, this is something you're going to tell your kids one day about. It's something y'all going to come back on a 10-year reunion, 20-year reunion and talk about, man, you remember at halftime in that game and you remember this special moment, or those type of things are where you build relationships and lifelong memories. And I remember that game because I was watching it and I still thought we was going to pull it out. But they had a couple of tough calls that they called on us, and we weren't getting a lot of calls, a lot of help that night as well. But you guys continue to fight and fight all the way down to the end. But people always appreciate your effort. And even in a win or a loss, people remember your efforts, and
Mhm.
I think that's what you guys did. Speaking of, you sound like a person that can motivate. Being a coach, like before I ask you that question though, talk about your experience of the two NCAA tournaments that you was able to be a part of.
It was great. It was just one of those things that um that was my first time going to March Madness, going to the tournament. So it was
Mhm.
like our first year. It was really kind of all of our first times. Like the first year at Auburn was my first time going,
Yeah.
and it was in Greenville, and I'm from Augusta. So like as soon as they picked Greenville, I
Yeah.
got super happy. It was like backyard, but not backyard, because I ain't
Mhm.
from South Carolina. So, but I enjoyed it. It was one of the best times of my life because you had the media come to the locker room. You had a chance to win. We
Mhm.
was one of the favorites in March Madness. Going into it, I had seen Stephen A. had picked us to win it all. Like
Yeah.
that's just one of those things that I got super excited. I came to one of those moments like, well, I sat there and just like was one of the humble moments. Like, no, I'm really here. Like I
Mhm.
did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm a kid from Augusta. Like I'm really finna be in March Madness,
Mm.
and I'm finna play super hard because I might not get this moment back again.
Mm. Yeah.
And
Yeah. Deep.
then like just being there with your teammates, having that plaque, Zep Jasper on over top of you, having that March Madness gear they didn't gave you, being on that court, having the best fans in the country, in orange, nothing but
Mhm.
orange, filled
Yeah.
around the arena. It was just one of those things that like I had appreciated so much. I never forget it in my life.
Yeah.
Even in Birmingham,
Yeah.
it was one of those things that I never forget ever in
Yeah.
my life. Like
Yeah. So it's a huge different level. Like even playing from the SEC tournament to the NCAA tournament, it's just
oh
like
yeah,
it's still night and day.
it's night and day. It's one of those things that March Madness is where it's at.
Yeah.
From the gear to the to everything to the fans, because you might get some fans that's rooting for another team,
Mhm.
but they might actually start liking you just because it's in March Madness, just because you might
Yeah.
catch fire or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things I'll never forget in life.
Cool, cool, cool. So talking about what's next for you in life. Like, do you see yourself coaching one day, or you want to continue playing basketball? Like, what's next for Zep?
Well, I'm gonna continue playing basketball, continue doing that, but down the line, I see myself being a coach one day.
Hmm.
Um, I see me being one of those guys who can put people in position, just to win.
Yeah,
You know, being one of those coaches, being a coach guy, like
yeah,
being a guy who guys like. Like a lot of guys don't like coaches. They like the school, but they don't like the coach. I'll be one
hmm,
of those guys who, motivate my
yeah,
guys and motivate them, to be good in life, to be good in, basketball, just in general. Being a great father, all those type of things. So I see myself being one of those coaches.
right. Nah, that's
When I-
deep. That's deep. Like I said, because I can see that in your future. It may be down the road. Like I said,
Mhm,
right now, we want to wish you all the much success on your basketball journey as it continues. Play all the ball you can play.
mhm,
Because when it's over, it's you transition to other points of life, but basketball can teach you a lot about ups and downs and how to get through them and different things, and that's just what you've gone through. You've had a successful career, you're a great success, and it's still building. Like the journey is not even quite over yet. Like you still got so much in front of you because your mindset is in the right place. And wherever you go and wherever it leads you, I think you're gonna do outstanding just because mentally you have what a lot of guys don't have. You know, is that's that understanding what you want to do in life, but how to get there, and everything. So, real quickly, before we let you out of here and I get to the quick rapid fire questions, NIL is a huge part of college athletes now, student athletes, and what it presents on every campus and everything. What is NIL? What have you seen from NIL? What do you appreciate about NIL and what it does for you or your teammates?
Well, first, I want to do one thing. I want to give a shout out to On to Victory, just because they have done so much for me,
Hmm.
my family, my community, but also our Auburn community.
Yeah.
It kind of changed, my situation. It changed my life at the same time because it gave me hope. It gave me,
Hmm.
a time where I can go get some food when I want to. I can go get my mom food. I can get my sister, my
Hmm.
family, my friends. I can just do things in life that I want to do now. I can
Okay.
help people out. I never been in a position to help others out. Even when I tried to help others out, I
Hmm.
ended up being super broke because I was never selfish. But now that, On to Victory have helped me so much, I got put in position, you know, just to be a great person, but also be a great person to others.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it just changed so many situations for other people also.
Yeah.
Because I know, other situations that, people didn't have money before NIL,
Hmm.
before On to Victory. On to Victory is the thing, for most college athletes on Auburn campus. So, when I think of it every day, I'm grateful. I'm
Yeah.
thankful, for people who put this out, for people who made this happen. Because without On to Victory, I won't be the man that can help other people out to this day.
Yeah.
So every day I'm grateful just
Yeah.
for On to Victory.
Yeah, and we appreciate that because a lot of guys, they always looking for the handout or trying to
Mhm.
figure out, what somebody can give. But I hear you talking about even though you can receive, you want to help others receive. That's the same thing that Justin talked about on the episode before. How he want to be able to help others and different things. That's just a testament to your character, who you are as a person, where it's not just about you. You want to see other people happy as well. And that's why I say you're on the right track as a young man, to reaching a lot of different levels of life because you don't look at it as the arrow pointing to you. You got arrows pointing to everyone around you that you want to go and be of help and everything. So I commend you on that. And On to Victor appreciates, that gratitude and everything for what they do to help support our student athletes. But Zep, let's get to the little bread and butter though. Our last quick rapid fire. Everybody wants to know, like as athletes, we get nervous the nights before games. What keeps you up the night before a game? Like, what do you do to calm your butterflies when you're getting ready for a big game?
Uh, well, me, I'm kind of a night owl type guy, so
Mm.
people won't know this, but I can be up to 3, 4 in the morning, just because I'm so excited playing a game. And there's been times I got 3 hours of sleep,
Oh
and I go
man.
out there and play crazy,
Yeah.
like with my head cut off. But be one of those things that listen to some music, some calm music sometimes, but
Mhm.
also some music that gets you tuned into a game who
Yeah.
was lit music. So um, I think that be a thing that, like I say, just staying up that calms me
Yeah.
down,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I believe that's one of those things that works for me.
Okay. All right. My next question is, everybody eats different things the nights for a game or right before a big competition. What's your go-to meal before a big competition?
My go-to meal is a great box of pizza, like a box of pizza in a Gatorade. That's what I would eat. I
You
feel like they
carving it,
give
you
you
carving it up.
on carbon. I feel like they give you energy, but also I love to eat Hamiltons before a game too.
Okay.
A great steak, mashed potatoes, asparagus, but also on the side I'm gonna get a brownie
Yeah.
and ice cream. And that get the deal done.
Yeah. Hey, I hear you, man. So you go all out for the game. You
I
gonna
go,
eat.
I go all out.
I see that's why you play with so much energy. Next question is, do you have any rituals or superstitions?
Nah, I ain't really one of those type of guys. I really just one of those type of guys that, I kind of like think in my head, what can I do?
Hmm.
How can I be better in situations than I was last game?
Yeah.
This player is different. So you gotta visualize yourself on how can you lock him up?
Hmm.
How can you get over the ball screen? How can you do this? How can you do that? Then when the game get there, I already have my mind set
Yeah.
on my visual mind on what I need to do. So as soon as the game start, I'm full of energy. It's go time.
Yeah.
I really had no rituals and nothing
Yeah.
like that.
No, that's cool because you play the game before you actually play it. That's how people used to ask me that. I said, I was never one of those guys that had to wear the same socks or the same t-shirt
Yeah.
or have to wear my towel on one side of the hip like I did the week before. I was
Hmm.
like, I just didn't, it just wasn't a thing for me. I was
Yeah.
always like you out. I would imagine making plays before the game start. I did have calm music and different things I would listen to help calm me down. And sometimes, like you say, you get something to give you a little upbeat right before the game
Mhm.
starts. So no, I definitely can feel your energy on that one. Two more. I would say what do you give up to play sports?
What do I give up? Um, I give up a lot because, first, not my dad plays sports. My brother then plays. He plays a little bit of sports, but
Mhm.
um, a lot of people once they get out of high school, they give up. They stop playing. I could have been one of those guys who, you know, um, could have been just like others and said, "Man, I give up and stop playing sports. I go do this. I go do that." But I feel like I give up. I give it up for my family because
Mhm.
I'm one of the first who got a degree. One of the first in my family to go to a Power Five school. Um, so I gave up for my family for sure. That's one of
Yeah.
the things I did.
No, that's big time. That's big time. Last one. Who was one of your favorite players watching growing up, or someone that you tated your game after, or someone that you looked up as a person of influence to you?
Well, I got two people. Kobe Bryant. Kobe
Mhm.
Bryant was my favorite player of all time.
Mhm.
I don't care what it was, but if I had a pair of Kobe Bryant socks,
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant shoes, I thought I was Kobe Bryant because I admired him so much.
Yeah.
I seen his work ethic. I seen his growth each year. I seen how much he put his love into the game.
Mhm.
That's just one of those guys that, if I could be just like one person, it would be Kobe Bryant because I
Yeah.
believe he's one of the best to ever do it.
No, for
But
sure.
it's just one of those things that, you know, like I say, another guy, Rod Hall, he went to Clemson. He was a
Okay.
guy who I looked up to in Augusta, Georgia, was a great player. Um, he went to Clemson. He came from the same environment and he made things happen. So he's just another guy who I always admire, always look up to, and just appreciate him so much because he paved the way for me. He
Yeah.
paved the way of giving me hope to say I can do it.
Yeah.
And I did it.
Cool. Well, hey, man, we appreciate Zep coming on the On to Victory podcast. What a great episode, man. We got a chance to learn a lot about you. You gave Auburn so much, and we appreciate it, your time. We understand someone's ringing your doorbell, so I know you got to go. But, man, the most important thing you can give people in life is time. We appreciate your efforts in coming on today and sharing your story. So, I'd like to say, War Eagle, wish you much success in your future, and we'll be following you and hope to see you back on the plains one day.
But yeah, War Eagle,
War Eagle.
appreciate
See you.
you.
All right, on to victory. Well, that's our podcast show for today. What are two great guys, Justin Rogers and Zep Jasper. Two guys that exemplifies what it's like to be an Auburn man and the character that we look for. When we're trying to bring these guys to our campus. Two guys with great high IQs, great character, great people. encouragers, helpers. What a great episode this was. And I hope that everyone continue to support On to Victory, continue to support. If you're subscribed, thank you for your subscriptions. If you haven't subscribed, we encourage you to subscribe, to tune into each and every episode that we put out. But also know that these proceeds are going to our student athletes to help to support them on a daily basis. So thank you for all you do. Thank you, Auburn family. Thank you for people that just love Auburn, whether you went to Auburn, alumni, you just love it. Now, we just want to appreciate your time, your efforts. And to the next episode, War Eagle.